What's going on, Dragon Brawlers? Scott Sedman here for London Players Guild, and today I am joined by Guildmaster Peter.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
And good night, why not? Depends where you're watching. We have a global audience, which is fantastic, especially with today's topic. Now, theme boosters are apparently a hot button issue. Who'd have thunk it? And we're here to basically say we want them back, and if you do too, hit that like button and leave a comment saying why you want them back, because this is the best way to show Bandai not only that our community wants this, but that there's the engagement there to prove that we want it. And I think that's the best way to do it. And if that's all you wanted to hear, how can you support this movement? How can you support this campaign? There you go. You'd have to listen to the rest of the video. We'd like you to, because we're going to discuss how we would bring back theme boosters in a way that we think's better than what was before, because they didn't work before. It clearly didn't work before. So yeah, before we move on to that, any thoughts about the theme boosters of old, Peter?
Well, theme boosters didn't work from marketing point of view.
Yeah.
According to what I can imagine they were thinking, because of course we have no direct association with Bandai, so we don't know their designing process and marketing process. But from my experience, what I can tell is that they were expecting people to be excited for the theme boosters that were on the lower level, that were supposed to be purely casual, and that was their try to go into casual players. Which clearly didn't work, because as we know right now, Dragon Ball is a highly competitive card game right now.
I think that's a fair assessment. I know a handful of people that play casually.
Yeah, the casual players did not consist of enough of the player base for Bandai to excuse going on with the theme boosters. That's why theme boosters were discontinued. Although we had some really interesting themes in there, the power level altogether in the sets was very low compared to the other sets.
And speaking of that power level, which is where the main point of contention is, people often, myself included, compare these new draft boxes to theme boosters, which in essence they are, but there is a more conscious effort to make these better than theme boosters were, to justify the higher price of a draft box. So we'll break into that, Peter. Again, you're on the more practical marketing side of things, so you can speak better to that, and I'll let you go with it.
So all the card games wanted to have once a year, usually, maybe twice a year, an additional product, which is a non-core set. You will see it in every card game. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has its duelist packs, or whatever else they're called right now, deck building packs. Dragon Ball had theme boosters, now it has draft boxes, because the old draft boxes were just repurposing the old packs. And they essentially look, again, it's what I think happened.
Of course.
In their marketing department, they looked at the theme packs, they were like, well, that was the third one, that didn't sell very well either. The first one sold really good, the last two didn't, so people clearly like Victory Strike or whatever else it was in there. It also didn't help that when TOP came out, the anime was still on.
That's true. That is true.
So they took those packs off, and they decided that we need to do something more with this. So they incorporated their theme packs. They changed the concept. They made a brand new product that they thought might sell, and they were correct in selling it, because this is not an outside set anymore.
No.
Draft boxes have become core sets by now because of the power level. They are calculated and included in the power ladder, I guess we can call it.
Yeah, they're not a supplementary booster. Like World Martial Arts was almost its own thing. Like
TOP was its own thing.
Yeah, it exists in a bubble, right? Like,
yes.
Whereas draft boxes are very much designed to be incorporated into your play. Like, yes, you could incorporate World Martial cards and Clash of Fates cards into main play, but there is a very clear, conscious effort that these cards can be playable outside of draft and in your main core philosophy.
The problem is that they didn't have a very good grasp of what it's going to do to their philosophy.
Yes.
We've seen it in Draftbox 4. They just turned the dial to 11, and that didn't work. They dialed it down with
Divine Multiverse.
Draftbox
Yeah.
5, and hopefully they're going to dial it a bit down because it's still a bit out of leveling for the power creep. Problem with power creep, you can't make it too big, you can't make it too small if it's supposed to work.
Like, yeah, I think for the most part, Divine Multiverse is on that level. Like, I agree it's going over in some areas, but for the majority of it, they got it right. Whereas you look at Dragon Ball, there was Piccolo, Frieza, Vegeta, the apes, obviously the apes.
The ape, Goku,
Yes.
the UI Goku.
Yeah, so much of it was just like, Topper, a uncommon card, warped.
£15.
Yeah, warped the format.
Yes, remote serious bomb. There was a lot of cards.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You look at this Divine Multiverse, and there's good cards in it. Don't get me wrong. There's some quite good commons, uncommons, and rares. I mean, look at that Kato chain. People love that Kato chain. U3. Possibly warping. This is the thing. Like U3 is probably one of those cards that's where the needle's pushing over a bit, and I think that's because they didn't foresee the amount of aggro potential with Boo and now Vegenx and
Yeah, that's another thing. Is each set is being designed in a vacuum,
bubble,
and that's clear as day to me right now. That
Although,
they are
saying
designed in the vacuum.
Saying that, with set 10, apparently that's changing. So
yes, apparently now 3 sets are being designed.
So benefit of the doubt to Bandai here. From set 10, we should see a more cohesive run of products. And I think that's fair. We can give them the benefit of the doubt. This is a change in strategy. It's changing ethos, and the way they've revealed set 10 and what's in it, I kind of I'm inclined to trust them with that. Like that does seem like they are trying to build something here rather than just go set to set to set to set with like, well, they've got multicolored cards. That's the connection. Like there's definitely.
One card, one thing. This is becoming a bit too much discussion the other way. We're supposed to be talking about theme boosters, so let's leave the discussion about the draft boxes for a totally different video. If you want to see that video, make sure to like and subscribe our channel because the video is coming very soon.
Yes.
But moving to the theme boosters, we established that the theme boosters are nowhere to be seen.
No, they're gone.
Draft boxes replace theme boosters, but they're not direct descendants of the theme boosters.
Like
the themes in each, there are no themes in a draft box.
Yeah, draft boxes have a general feel to them, but are still designed to draft. They're not a set per se. Whereas theme booster sets, whatever set. And so it brings us to the problem, right? If we bring theme boosters back, we can't have the same issue because then no one's just going to buy them and it's going to go and it's just going to be a whole vicious cycle. So we've had a brainstorm and come up with a quite unique way of bringing theme boosters back in a way that I think pleases more people than not, because this is supporting older archetypes and characters in a way rather than having to wait and be like, well, they're doing a movie theme booster. So Peter, if you want to explain a bit more about our little idea we have.
So the idea we had is simple enough. You pick a character that is not Goku or Vegeta, or maybe Vegeta. Vegeta is not getting an awful lot of love.
I mean, if we're getting Super Saiyan God Vegeta, I can't argue with that.
Yeah, but definitely you take a character that is not Goku. Well, the first one could possibly be Goku, but still.
Goku's lineage, maybe.
Please don't. Although it would be nice to see some Goku's lineage, but we had some issues with that with Bardock.
Yes.
No, but you build the set around the character. Let's look, for example, at Frieza. Frieza has been green, Frieza has been red, Frieza has been blue, Frieza has been yellow.
Yeah. And black.
No, has it been blue? Blue didn't have the leader, but yeah.
Yeah.
And we can use that. We can have a support for each of the colors for that. Broly, we had Black Broly leader, which got no love at all. We got Green Broly leader, we got the Surge Broly leader, we got the BR leader. There are things, again, that... Oh, we got the Red leader as well. again, we can show some love to that. Some generic cards that say if your leader is Broly without checking for the colors or things like that. Some things that we need more than one card because one card doesn't make an archetype.
Yeah, so like in the instance of the anniversary boxes, they give support, but they don't give enough support. It's a nice gesture, but sometimes archetypes are beyond a one card fix.
I was more thinking about the monocolor support they tried to do in sets 7, I want to say.
Set 7, set 7. Ooh, we're going back. Assault of the Saints.
I think that's where we got the Nappa SS3 Broly.
Yes, the secret rare scramble.
No. The mono red.
Oh,
Nappa
yeah.
If all your cards are red, deal 1 damage.
The Infinite Saiyan rares, yes.
Yes.
It was, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so in the first set, they were trying to convince us, oh, you can still play the
mono.
monocolored deck, and then they printed Android 21.
That's definitely another video. Check out Melvin's video on that. It's a very good one. Senzu Pop shout out. There you go, Melvin. Monocolor support with ISRs. Where was your logic with that?
So that was their way of supporting certain old archetypes, like Broly, for example. That card was for the green Broly leader.
Yeah.
Like, only for the green Broly leader, for no one else, really. And it's a bit sad, because they were thinking, oh, we can bring one card, everyone's going to be excited, maybe that will be a deck. But that's the thing, the card has not been designed with anything in mind. It was just to get people excited.
It was generic green, and it didn't do...
And there was one card,
yeah.
or maybe one SR in the set that really didn't work with the rest of the set. Like, that was nothing that could bring Broly back to being what it was.
Exactly, and rather diverting like a main set to incorporate another bulk of Broly, this themed character set would be a much more viable way of supporting that character, and not just that character, those characters surrounding it, or like you say in the instances of Ginyu is another great one. Ginyu is a great one. Like Ginyu has been bounced around 3 colors now, and to homogenize that or support individually would be a great idea.
There is a blue Ginyu super combo.
Yes, you're right. Yes, 4 colors he's been bounced around in. Poor boy.
I think majority of the characters by now have been bounced around 4 colors.
Exactly, and so rather than having a leader that ignores specified cost and could break them, like if you offer this character theme set, and you could still splash in some other characters in there to flesh out the set, but like if your main focus is stuff revolving around these characters, and so you can give them more of an identity, I think that's a really solid shout and a really good way to progress them, because then you've got fans of that character coming in and being like, yes, support for this character that I love to play. You can introduce reprints of old cards that needed to be reprinted in there for that, rather than having to go back and buy a set 1 SR that has now rocketed to £50. Hyperbole, yes, but you get my point. So that way you can introduce nice reprints, and also so you can have this nice set that is just designed to boost stuff rather than take away from the current set, which what you are doing.
The problem is that the current set, we still need to remember this is a company. The company needs to make a profit.
Of course.
So each of the sets needs to be watered down. We can't have only bombs in the set.
I'm
sorry,
but that's true. Yeah, that
works for Magic, but then they sell the packs for like £20.
Yeah,
and they sell them because the bombs in the set are like £30 each.
Yeah.
For people who know what I'm talking about, it's a master set.
We're not at that point in Dragon Ball. Yeah.
No, we don't have enough history. No. We don't have. Like, one thing I would like to see Bandai do is support casual formats. So supporting a casual format.
Yes.
Like, for example, making theme boosters, having like the new theme boosters we're talking about, or even bringing the old theme boosters and give them their own league, open league, where you can only play cards from that set, and then you gather points as you play against friends in the shop, which would also support brick and mortar
locals.
Stores.
Yep.
Yeah, it would support your locals. You don't need to play in a tournament. You can just sit down with your friend and play. Like Yu-Gi-Oh used to do leagues. Magic does the leagues. Magic does the sealed leagues, which I absolutely love. but I don't have a local Magic store.
Uh,
But yeah, doing a league where you can only play cards from that set, even making a sealed league, it would be something amazing. It would be something that supports casual play where you just go around, there's nothing else to do. Oh, you play in the sealed league. Sure, let's sit down and play a couple of games so we can rack up additional points.
yeah,
And then when you hit certain points, you get an alt art promo of, I don't know, a leader in that set.
that's fantastic. Or like on alt art reprints or something. So have the reprint
Yes,
in the main set, but then an alt art version that you can win through this
Exactly.
league. Yeah, that's such a good idea.
Exactly, or just a foil version of the old arts that didn't
Too,
have
yeah,
foil.
that too. Like you
This
don't
type of
have to
things.
introduce this overpowered broken promo to get people to do it. Like there's a better way, and I think this is it. I think
They need to. Every card game that wants to survive. So I'm going to quote our good friend that works for multiple companies, and I'm not going to name the names.
fair play.
But he made a very good comment on one of our videos saying
Mm-hmm.
that if the card game wants to survive, they need to either do rotation or power creep. Sadly, Bandai chose the power creep. But what they also keep on forgetting is majority of the big games survive on casual players. And Dragon Ball does not support casual players at all.
No, I mean they're making a push with set 10, so we'll see if it works off. But it is an intimidating card game to get into, and does, like you say, power creep in quite fast. A power sprint, as some say.
Yep.
Yeah, so there is definitely a room for theme boosters to return. I think people want to see theme boosters return, but if they do return, people have to understand it's not going to be a cheaper draft box. That's not happening.
Yes, draft boxes need to be toned down. But that's again different situation.
That's tuning
Theme
the draft
boosters
boxes. Yeah.
theme boosters should be what they were, which is a fan service. We do not have a fan service boxes. We don't have fan service sets. We don't have fan service expansions. The very first expansion was a fan service expansion, and it was amazing.
Yeah. And maybe
Villains and heroes.
Yeah, I know which one you're on about. Because Vegeta, and I mean, it was weird because if you weren't a fan of Heroes, then it wasn't really fan service for the black stuff. But yeah, for the
And then you
Heroes,
had
it
the
was
other
definitely.
one. Then you had the other one. You had Vegito and
Oh yeah,
Gotenks.
that was fan service. Like that had future Trunks in there with his sword and his.
That engine is amazing.
It's so fun, right? And this is the thing, like if you could have modernized expansion packs and theme boosters into a nice little bottle, you're on it. But I do like this character idea, make them character focused, because there'll be something in there for people, and this league play, you make it open to people who aren't just try harding to be the best, right?
Yeah,
Not as anything
that's kind
wrong
of the
with that.
idea. You play in the closed set, you make it a sealed league, so you build a deck from 3 or 4 packs.
Yeah.
Smaller deck, and then you keep on growing it over the weeks. I'm not going to explain the whole concept.
No, of
but
course, right. If you want that, we'll do it in another thing. But yeah, I totally agree. I think having that casualness to them, but also for people who are like, well, I just want this character to get support. This is a way they can do
Yeah.
them. And if you really want to stretch it, you can do like, well, Tails and Bojack just came back in Dragon Ball Super Heroes. Well, let's do this theme booster. Hi, there you go. You get some Tails, and you also get Bojack support. And you
Yeah.
could also throw in some other stuff in there. Hell, give Zangia a leader. I'd pay money for that.
Or the other thing that they could do is tokens.
That too.
Like, don't get me wrong, the tokens we got from the store celebrations in January were nice.
They were.
But for a store championship, that
Yeah.
felt like cheating, especially we knew what championship promos we're getting a week later,
Yeah.
month later.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
So there's lots of things they can do with it. Lots of things. And so I guess coming out from this, we can say, yeah, we want theme boosters to return in a way that doesn't break the game, but also like is enticing enough for Bandai to even warrant the product being there, so it has to sell, but also give back to the now 10 main sets of like there has been 10 main sets now. There is enough there to go back and be like, cool, Army Squadron, right? Let's do that. But then,
Yeah, that was the thing.
exactly. So there's so many forgotten archetypes. Maybe you revisit that set 2 stuff. Maybe you go, chilled. Cooler Army Squadron, and Green Freezer. I don't know, you know what I mean? But you can just bring that stuff together.
They
It
do
makes
need to
sense.
cater to casual players.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah,
If they
100%.
don't if they don't cater to casual players, they're going to start hemorrhaging players.
Yeah, make it accessible, make it fun, but also have like it's Dragon Ball. You can allow for fan service. Fan service
Yeah,
sells in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but fan service usually ends on Goku. Goku,
Fan service
Jiren.
that's not Goku.
Yeah, but you see, it's Goku, Jiren. That's what keeps on happening in this game.
Does it? Yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, Frieza's more than Jiren, right?
Yeah, but the best looking cards. Okay, Frieza got a couple of them, but every time there's a new Jiren card.
That's true. He does look amazing, and he does have like nuts effects.
Exactly. They're
Yeah.
not good. But they're, they hype you up. I remember first time I've seen the Jiren from Tournament of Power.
When we, that one, yeah, that was yeah,
The one from Tournament of Power was like, it can get rid of all of your energy. How are you going to play the game? It never hit big.
yeah, no, but it was that. What an effect! This is awesome. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I think we've proposed a nice way of going forward for Bandai here. And like we said, guys, at the top of this video, the best way to show Bandai you want theme boosters back is by liking this video, leaving a comment why you want them to come back, and show Bandai that, yes, draft boxes are cool and powerful, but we want theme boosters. And we'll address draft boxes in another video, and we'll address League and stuff like that in another video. But for this video, theme boosters, yes, I want them back. As they were, or as this new proposed way we've put forth to you, I think both are equally valid arguments. So, Peter, final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I don't think theme boosters or support for casual players is going to happen at all. That's my final thoughts. It's a bit pessimistic at the end of it, but that's my educated guess.
That's fair enough. And well, mine is I'm optimistic. It's me. I am optimistic. That's who I am. So I believe if we get enough support and enough people commenting and telling people that we want theme boosters back, then we might get them. My fear is draft boxes sell too well. They won't get rid of draft boxes, and we end up in a position where, well, here's the theme boosters again. Here's draft boxes, and then people start complaining about product again. So I don't know. It's a give and take kind of relationship we have, and if we want to push for these theme boosters, then we have to accept if we get what we want, right? Like, you have to accept the status quo after that. I mean, you weren't, because that's like everyone, even myself, I'm guilty of it. It's like, I've complained at times and been like, ugh, but it's like, yeah, but I did ask for that at some point or another. You know what I mean? There's always the monkey's claw type wish thing where it all goes wrong in some way, but you get what you want, but it's not how you wanted it. So yeah, I think that wraps it up. As we've said, guys, keep locked to the channel. We've got plenty of discussion videos. We've experimented with formats. We bring you Commander weekly. We bring you boss battles weekly. Dragon Ball news and reactions when we can, if we're awake, and all that good stuff. We like Peter, the grounded, feet on the ground, logical one. Scott, the hyperactive, one-handed one. Together, we're London Players Guild. So, from me, Scott Stedman, thank you for joining, and from Peter,
thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next one.
hey everyone, Scott here. Thank you for watching that video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you want to continue to support LPG outside of YouTube, I would implore you to check out our Patreon, our Facebook page, twitch.tv/playersguild, and our own site, londonplayersguild.com, all of which are linked in the description below. If you can't, not a problem. We just hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.